Can magic be evil, or is evilness projected on something that we don't understand? I've been playing Genso Manège for the past week. I actually got early review copy from PQ Games, so thank you PQ. I have actually been looking forward to this otome game, and I really just was really enamored by the pastel colors, fantasy that it was projecting. But like my favorite otome games have been like more fantasy, beyond belief kind of otome games, and this one is no different. I've actually just got to the first route of Genso Manège, so I'm just gonna tell you guys a little bit of my first impressions of it. So let's get started. Start with the story. What is Genso Manège about? It stars Emma, who is our main protagonist. She finds out about the traveling amusement park that has just opened in her city, and there she discovers that the people that work there, they cannot leave the confines of the amusement park through a witch's spell that has been cast on them. So basically Emma is trying to reawaken her powers and break the spell. So I actually really have been enjoying Genso Manège more than I expected. Like I thought I would like it, but I actually am like so in love with the characters. Like I think Emma has really good chemistry with everyone, regardless of them being romanceable. But I think she has such good chemistry, and like the story is very thoughtful. It's a little bit more insightful than most otome games I've played, especially with like Emma, while reawakening her powers, is questioning about like if magic is evil, the abilities that she has within herself can be used for bad, like the moral levels of that as well, and like her keeping this a secret from other people in society because she doesn't want to be villainized. And I just find all of those things to be so interesting, and something that I've never actually thought too hard about when playing an otome, to be honest. But there's some really good lines that are very insightful in this game. First, I actually wanted to go through my ranking list. I want to talk about the characters, mostly go through my ranking of the romanceable route. My first ranking of my favorite character is Hugo, and I'm actually playing his route right now. The main chapter is 4 chapters, and then after you do those 4 chapters, depending on the choices you pick, you get your route. Hugo was the first one I got, and they also have like an affection leveling system, and there's also mini games as well for helping Emma reawaken her abilities. It's very easy, like collecting stars kind of game, and I actually kind of like how that breaks up some of the gameplay a little bit. Anyway, Hugo is our first romanceable character. Honestly, I didn't expect to like care too much about Hugo as a character when they have the title card romanceable. I'm usually never that interested in their story. I'm more interested in like all the other characters, but actually Hugo's route has been so very, I want to say, swoon worthy. I really like love how he talks. I love the voice actor, and I really like his animation, and just everything about him is just he's very charismatic as a character. I'm not gonna give any spoilers about his route or anything. Hugo is, I want to say, he's like the princely type of the cast. He's the leader of the amusement park, but he does have like a mysterious past there. Yeah, I just really like his character so far, and I think he may be my favorite of the cast at this moment. So next on my list, and my most interested characters, are Non. Basically he's like her childhood friend, and she's been staying with him and his family. Almost, I wanted to say like a brotherly character, but he's more like, he does have like an older brother kind of demeanor. His character route actually is not unlocked, I believe, until through the first storyline, because his affection level is locked. But I'm really interested in his story just because he seems the most normal of everyone in the group. He's like a journalist who travels around, but I think what's interesting about him is like how much he cares for Emma, and like you can tell he has like this level of affection for her. So I'm just really interested to see how this kind of like friends to lovers storyline will play out in this game. The next character is Lion, and I'm interested in this character more so because he's literally in a bunny suit the whole game. I just want to know, like, how does the magic of the bunny suit work? When I first looked at the character list, I just expected that he was a side character, but like the fact that he's a romanceable, really interesting to me, just because like I want to know like what is the deal with wearing the bunny costume. And even Emma questions like, why is he wearing this outfit? He's so dedicated because he's always dressed up like this bunny mascot character, but I think it must be something to do with like the witch's curse. Maybe he was wearing the outfit and it's like a Beauty and the Beast situation where he's stuck in it, but he can also somehow magically eat through this outfit. And so that the whole thing is interesting. I'm just really can't wait to get into the storyline to discover the mystery behind him in the bunny suit. The next character is Lucio, if I can say that. Now these are kind of French pronunciations. He is actually like one of the most mysterious characters in the game so far. He's the mechanic of the amusement park. He only comes out to fix things, so you barely even see this character from like the beginning route. And I just find him interesting because he has this like what kind of seems like disdain for magic. He doesn't really believe that Emma will be able to get the curse off of them through her magic abilities, and he kind of like, it seems like he detests magic in general, like as if it's something that personally he doesn't like. So that just kind of really interests me about his like disdain for magic in general and his kind of pessimistic attitude that he has. The next character is Krier, and I think that this character is like the most surprising because only reason I say that is I expected Krier to be the like kind of kitty character. Like I know we have the bunny character, but he actually is the kitty character. I expected him to have like a, I don't know, very lackadaisical way of like looking at things, like very optimistic, very like childlike. But honestly, he is really grumpy, and I think that's so interesting that he looks the opposite of like how like his title card looks, because that's what I just expected from him. But he's very grumpy, but he also has this like sweetness to him where he like gripes and kind of like complains about things, but he'll like be the first one to help even though he will complain about doing it. Like, you know, is very considerate about the people around him. Yeah, all of these characters are just really well fleshed out, I feel like, and they're not like one-dimensional. The last character is Serge, and he is at the ranking of my bottom of my list. I feel like I already like have an idea about him even through like just playing the main route, because like he has this very stoic demeanor. He is the like, he's like the second in command pretty much. Like he handles the finances and the business side of the amusement park. So Hugo's more charismatic like leader style that he has. It's not like he's bad. I don't dislike him as a character, but I wasn't really like, everyone else has these kind of like very opposite of like their demeanors, and like it makes me more interested in learning more about like what they're up to. But with Serge, it's not really the same so far. But anyway, those are like the main romanceables where I'm really enjoying it. I think that like the music is so beautiful. It has this kind of like melancholic tune to it that it makes you feel like a little bit like melancholic, a little nostalgic, like all of those things, which I think adds to the mysteriousness of the characters, especially because Emma is trying to like discover her past memories as well. It's very pastel and very like whimsical looking, and I really love the animation. The CGs are so good, but you can tell there's just a little bit of like sadness to it. But what I do like so far is that even though all these characters are like essentially trapped in the amusement park and they can't leave, they don't let that deter from the people that are actually coming to the amusement park for enjoyment. They're very passionate about their jobs and very passionate about making sure the people entering the amusement park are having a good time. There is still like a little bit of hopefulness. And Emma as a character, like usually in otome games, the main character is usually like your self-insert kind of character. Like they're just like very like not really a lot of personality. They don't have like a lot of emotion or things like that. But I feel like with Emma, she's really good at like how passionate and motivated she is to like reawakening her powers and trying to find the confidence in herself, that it makes me feel inspired like reading about her and like seeing how she navigates like, you know, working in the amusement park and practicing her magic, and especially like how she talks to everyone and how you can tell everyone's also kind of like a little bit enamored with her and just like her way of like doing things. And she does have a lot of internal dialogue when it comes to like her discovering her magic, like whether or not her magic could be used as evil, and like how that like will affect people in society. And like the magic in this world, it seems like it's kind of villainized no matter if it's used for good or bad. So like it's like her internal dilemma with that I find really interesting. Those are my first impression thoughts of Genso Manège so far. And you guys let me know, have you heard of this otome game? Are you thinking about picking it up? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one as always, and have a wonderful day. Bye.